Well, let's talk about games. Right? Let's talk about video games.
Oh my gosh, what's your favorite game?
Well,
I think I know the answer to that.
That's a really difficult question.
Oh, besides Souls games.
I see. That's the thing. It's like it depends on what I'm interested in doing.
Right.
Because there's different games for different purposes. Like I've been enjoying Call of Duty because it's very fast paced. Like you even said, it's not really your bag.
Right.
Because it's so fast.
Super fast.
It's really like go, go, go. I mean, you don't have to play it that way. Like Fernk, my buddy Fernk, you guys know him, you love him. His name's Josh, old time friend of mine. The Fernk, shout out to the Fernk.
What up, Fernk?
He, he plays a little more slow.
So he camps a little bit.
No, he doesn't really. I mean, he does, but he like moves slowly. Which is cool. And I'm like, I don't think about that.
Yeah.
I'm like running around. Blah, 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 and I love it though, and I'm that's my play style, so it's a little different. So you don't have to run around like I do. I'm a madman, man. It's like watch me skate. It's the same way when I'm
That's
skating.
Awesome.
Like I go nuts. I skate at 10. I play Call of Duty at 10. But then Valheim is so enjoyable in itself too, because it's something completely different. I'm exploring this world. I'm building a cool house. We're fighting huge freaking enemies that are massive and. I don't know. There's different environments. Or Slay the Spire. I know you.
I was just playing that.
Great game. I know. That's what I was saying. I know
here.
that you've been playing that recently, and it's like that's a whole different style
the
game.
Ironclad.
I love
turn-based strategy.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's my bag.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics.
I love that game.
Great game.
Tactics Ogre. Jeez, Tactics games.
One thing has taken over my
Shining Force.
gaming.
Did you play that?
Never played
that. Was the beginning.
But I know of it, and I always was like, ooh, maybe I should play that.
It was amazing.
Diablo 2. That certain games were kind of taken over on me. But one thing that I love about games now, multiplayer. Multiplayer games are key. All right. I mean, I just read an article about why kids love Roblox. You know Roblox?
I've heard of it.
So it's really an interesting kind of a system where it almost reminds me of Ready Player One. Have you seen Ready Player One?
No.
You haven't seen that movie?
I need to see that.
You should see that movie.
I've seen like clips of it.
You learn this right in the beginning. All right, that movie is about a virtual network world that everybody goes into. All right, and you can play any games. You can go to this planet where you play like, Pac-Man world, skateboard on Mars. Like literally, that's like an infinite world of all different games. And Roblox is kind of a game that you can join all of your friends and go play a shooting game, or within the game go play, a shark eating. The humans or the humans have to kill the shark, and like one person's the shark, and it's like you can make a game, like you and I can make a game right now and just put it into Roblox and people can go play it.
Oh,
so it's kind of like an environment, but the key is people can hang out with their friends. So it's like 8 to 13-year-olds playing games with their homies and playing all different types of games. So no one's stuck in one kind of a game. It's not like Call of Duty. You're just shooting. It's just a shooter. But like Destiny is a shooter where you and I could go shoot aliens or go do a raid where it's like a long process to beat, or we can go into the Crucible and shoot other players. But we can do multiple things. And that's why I really liked Destiny.
I was just watching this video about the state of MMOs, and like MMOs do not suck. There's this thing like, oh, the new MMOs just aren't getting it done. But it's like it's not the MMO. It's the camaraderie that came from the time in your life when you hanging out with your friends after school or after work or whatever. Yep. And he's right.
That's one of the reasons why I like Dark Souls so much. One of my buddies played it. That number one. I mean, if one of my friends play any game and I can go play with them, I like the game a little bit more. And Dark Souls, there's an element. Actually, I have this article that let me pull this up real quick. Check this out. So Dark Souls, this guy talks about this. The name of it is turning lonely grinding sessions into collective experiences. Now, this article is about him getting a sword from a specific enemy, but he later on starts talking about how in Dark Souls you see phantoms running around that aren't in your game. It's almost like seeing a ghost, but what that ghost is another player playing live at that moment in that exact spot. So you're just seeing like their essence, and you can't interact with it. You just kind of faintly see it, and you're like, oh, there's someone right there. Someone's in this area fighting this through this spot with me right now. And you can have your friend come in and help. But there's this essence of you're not alone in your struggle of Dark Souls. Because Dark Souls is not an easy game. If you have not played Dark Souls, you're going to die. All right? It's a difficult game. But to know that you're struggling and others are struggling there also, instantly it makes the struggle less painful, right? And you made a good point with MMOs and how they're different. People are attached to that time in their life. Like I talked about that group of skaters that I was skating with. I remember that part of it. Like I don't miss skating in New York. I miss the time that I had that group of friends that we all skated together. We had Sunday skates. We had sometimes 50 people. We had 100 people show up once, and we were just me and my brother Solomon just freaking skating everywhere, leading the charge, and it was so epic. And it's that moment of camaraderie, right? Community. Yeah. And this is something I've talked about a lot on the show is humans are social creatures. We need that, I don't know, that community feel that we're looking out for each other. We're doing things together. And that's why Roblox is such a big hit for kids. I mean, Fortnite, there's different things that you can do, and you playing with your friends. It's like, if you couldn't play with your friends, and it was just kind of like, it would not have as much fun. People like Warzone, because all the top games you look, they're all multiplayer games. It's people playing with their friends.
Speaking of Roblox, I've had this idea lately that I would like the evolution of games to be like, you buy a system, you have an avatar in the system. I might have told you about this before. And then you go and you play one game for that system. And then the items and the experience you get in that game contributes back to your avatar. So like then when you go back and you play a different game, you get new skills and abilities because of the stuff you did in the other game. So the games all kind of feed into this central avatar that then boosts all your other games. And it sounds like Roblox. I don't know if your avatar in Roblox is like this. Is it like you?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly.
That is going to be a cool evolution of gaming systems. And it might then integrate into AR. I was telling Tim about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah." And then in real life, he's got this idea where like if you do 20 push-ups during the day, you get some crypto. And I was like, and that can give you experience for your character in the game.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah,
that's interesting too. I mean, that is the potential future of gaming. But one thing that's lacking a lot, right, is player interaction without you having control over it. And that's one thing about Dark Souls that it has. Diablo 2 actually is one of the first games that I remember this, where you could be campaigning and someone can go into your world and go hostile towards you, come and find you and kill you.
Yes.
All right. And
I love that.
That was amazing.
That's what made Ultima Online so
great.
Great.
And I ran clan in Diablo 2, and like I really enjoyed it when someone would come in. I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go take this person out, and I'd go fight them, and like oftentimes I'd win because I loved that game. I loved
what class?
I was a Hammerden back in the day. They're not as strong.
What's Hammerden?
It's a paladin that
with the hammer,
the spiraling
hammer justice.
Yeah,
is that what it's called?
I don't remember. I don't know exactly. It's been so long.
Not hammer justice.
They're not as strong anymore. But either way, it's like Dark Souls. People can invade you.
Blessed Hammer, I think it's called.
That's that's it. Blessed Hammer. Yeah. So getting invaded, suddenly, you can't run out of the area. You can't leave the area. You're locked in the area until you can either go to the boss gate and escape the invasion or fight the person. Those are your only options.
Can you use the boss to fight them?
No, if you go into the boss, they get sent home.
Okay.
So it's like there is an escape, or you could turn your game off, which is kind of lame. But me and my boy Shinra, which he just started streaming.
Shout out to Final Fantasy VII.
Great game.
Dude,
great game.
Shinra.
Yeah. Shinra Khan is his full name. A little mix of Final Fantasy and Mortal Kombat. Great gamer. Really big gaming buddy of mine. But we would sit in one world and we would get invaded and we would just fight. It's like there's a whole community of people that play Dark Souls just for the PvP.
Would you invade also?
Sometimes. He was more the invader than I was. I really enjoyed fighting. But I don't know. But it always got my heart rushing when I'm like trying to fight through this hard area, and then all of a sudden you hear the sound of that you got invaded, like someone's coming into the world, and it's like, oh man, someone just invaded me.
Like you could
you
lose
don't know
everything.
You don't know where they are. Well, you don't lose any of your items, but you lose. You lose all your souls, which is the currency and how you level up, and everything revolves around that. But there's very few games that have that. Red Dead Redemption. You and I were playing.
I like it.
Great game.
I hit that guy's horse, and he started ramming me, and I had this impulse to shoot him in the face, but I didn't. And next time I play, I will.
Well,
like, even in the middle of
you're
town,
brutal in that game.
Yeah,
so
I play
brutal.
a psychopath.
But there's something about that game where everyone's in this open world sandbox. I mean, GTA actually is very similar too. Like GTA feels like everyone just kills everyone. It's ridiculous, and there's battlefields every time I turn that game on. But it's way too hectic. Where Red Dead Redemption 2, it feels like the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to bring up this other game. This game is called Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah.
And now it's actually rather cartoony for me. You think about what Dark Souls looks like, and it's like really, just let me see if I could just open this image. So this, it's really like moody and I don't know, gritty. Like it's a realistic world. I like that. So it's rare when I see a game like Sea of Thieves, which I'm the reason I'm bringing it up here is because you can steal people's treasures. You can be a pirate. It's called Sea of Thieves, and it's a big sandbox world where you're sailing around trying to get treasure, and you can go and steal other people's things. And it's actually really entertaining looking. Like, I feel like I would really love this game.
Did you get it yet?
I did get it.
Okay.
And I got it for Frank.
Did you get it on
you have it?
I have it on Xbox.
I have it on Steam.
Okay, so I'll have to get it on Steam. I know
So-
Strasman plays too.
So they just celebrated their 3-year anniversary, and they've surpassed 20 million unique players.
Oh wow.
That's a lot for an online game. And the community's popping. I mean, I see. Shout out to Darth Call. Let's see if he's currently playing right now. Yeah. He's live right now. He's not on. Unfortunately, he's no longer on the camera. But he dresses up as Jack Sparrow, and he does the whole talk like he speaks just like Jack Sparrow. He's hilarious. And I've watched this guy and his crew go and steal people's things. And it's so entertaining. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. There's this interaction. You can parlay with other people, join up with them, and help them do other things. You can hide until they get all the stuff done and then go and steal their stuff. There's such an element that, look, he's actually, so right now they're bringing all this stuff in. I'm willing to bet that he stole that.
Ha!
I'm willing to bet he took that from someone else. There's no proof. I don't have any proof, but I have a feeling that's the truth, that he stole all those things. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
Like the ability, the fact that you're doing something that someone could steal makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
Makes it, there's something you can lose.
You have never played Ultima Online?
No,
Have you
tell me
seen
about
it
it.
before?
What's that about?
It's an isometric RPG, MMORPG, one of the
Okay.
first ones, and you basically build up your skills by doing them. You can go out and mine ore, and then you can be a blacksmith. You can build up your swords. You
Okay.
can sneak. You can be a wizard. And it's Ultima, the Ultima universe, which
Okay.
you probably heard of the Ultima games.
Yeah, I have.
Pure PvP. So if you're out there mining and someone runs up on you and just cuts you down really fast, you're like, well, I wasn't wearing armor. They take all your ore.
Ugh.
And they can set you back hours of gameplay.
That reminds me of Rust. I think that's what Rust is like.
But-
I don't really, I've never played it, but I think that might be the case.
There's Rust is like that. You
It
can
is.
get set back to the Stone Age if someone kills you, takes all your stuff, and you're just like, well,
All
that
right.
last 20 hours is now
That sucks.
back to normal. Ultimately, you still keep your skills. I think you'd lose a little, but they ended up kind of nerfing the game and making two realms that you could travel. One was PvE only, and you had to go Tamriel, or what was it? No, I don't know what they called them. I don't remember off the top of my head. And the old world, which was like PvP, and all these people left, and it kind of disjointed the game, and it lost that. And then EverQuest came out. There was no PvP in EverQuest.
It's not the same.
World of Warcraft, no PvP in World of Warcraft.
There's no PvP in World of Warcraft?
You have to consensually duel or
okay.
go to a battleground, but you can't just walk up on. Well, if you're Horde and Alliance, I think there is PvP.
Okay.
But if you're both Alliance, you're safe for the most part.
See, there's something about not having a choice.
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls, if you get invaded, if you're human, you can get invaded, and you have to be human if you want to summon other people to help you, and you become human every time you beat a boss. So it's like you become human a lot. There's dead. You become undead, and no one can invade you, but you do less damage. You have less health. So it's like it's better to be human.
Can your friend hurt you? Is PvP
No.
constantly? Okay, I like that when your friend can accidentally.
Yeah, I know you like
Oops,
that.
Missed my swing.
I know.
I
Valheim,
like that.
I know you do.
It makes you a better player if you have to. Like if you're up on a dude swinging the axe, I've got a bow and arrow. I have to aim past your head over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And if I miss, oops.
Well,
I got to get better at the game.
I mean, look at how far this game has come. This is the first iteration.
The Sea of Thieves
to what it looks like now.
Oh,
look at the improvement there.
Wow,
that's a huge difference in 4 years.
I'm so glad they're keeping up with this game. Oh, I used to play it when it looked like the old version.
Really?
Yeah, 2018-ish.
Yeah. Well, my goodness, it's come a long way. Look at the first characters.
Oh wow.
But this is my favorite though. This is the Andrew Preston. What is his name? He is the lead designer on Sea of Thieves. Let me just open this so I can zoom in on that. Check us out. Phase 3 objective. Let me just go over to it. Players' choices and actions have meaningful consequences that can affect them and their crew. That is dope.
That sounds awesome.
That is dope. There's something about that I just love. And then the director of Dark Souls, he said, I want every single enemy, any enemy, doesn't matter, to feel like an experience. To be like, oh, here's an enemy. Literally any enemy in Dark Souls can kill you. Not to mention bringing the players, other players, just like the game itself is challenging. It's a difficult game because it's, you feel like it's an amazing raw game.
It's kind of like the rock and roll of video games.
Okay.
Like, rock and roll was raw and painful and hard to listen to sometimes because it was just so powerful and visceral.
Yeah, okay.
And the nerfing of like enemies where you just hit X and do like
do that.
Yeah, it's boring as
dude, hack and slashes, it's so boring.
It's like auto-tune,
Yeah, man.
There's no going wrong.
I want that raw feeling.
Yeah, and then you got to work.
I want it to be difficult.
Because
I want to work for it.
When you hit it. Like that, you earned it.
Exactly. Old school combos when you're playing,
Tekken?
OG, yeah, Tekken.
Did you play Tekken? A lot of Tekken 2?
I played Soul Calibur, Mortal Kombat. Those two. Those were my
Street
two
Fighter,
games.
all that.
I never played Street Fighter.
I was just watching.
I mean, I did a little bit, but not really.
It was rewarding.
Killer Instinct. I like that one.
I remember that game, the dinosaur game.
Well, yeah,
there was a dinosaur in it.
Yeah, there was all
like
sorts
beasts.
of different beasts.
Yeah.
It was beasts that were fighting. Old school games though. We're old school gamers though.
Yeah,
so
big time. I started gaming in '83, I think, on the Atari.
That was
with Combat.
That was a year before I was
Berserk.
even born.
Yeah, dude.
That's nuts.
My dad bought an Atari, and he used to challenge me in like Combat, which
my
is just
first
2 tanks.
You might know what this game is. Actually, I think it may be Elder Scrolls. When did the first Elder Scrolls come out?
I think in the '80s. Daggerfall was the second one. The first one,
right?
I don't know what it was called. Was it just called Elder Scrolls?
The first video game I ever saw, my dad was actually playing. My dad, if my dad's watching, I don't know if you remember this, Dad. And if you do, text me and tell me what game you were playing. Because he was playing some sort of like over-the-head game, and it looked like early Elder Scrolls, and he was like collecting weapons and fighting things, and I just remember him playing it on a computer in the basement.
Was it Baldur's Gate?
Maybe it was Baldur's Gate.
You mentioned that he played Baldur's Gate.
I don't know if it was. Maybe it was Baldur's Gate.
You thought
actually,
Baldur's Gate, 1990,
something like that. No, it was definitely in the 80s.
Well before that.
It was in the 80s for sure.
What game it was?
I know that. Yeah. So it was before I got my. No, it was basically when I got my Game Boy, which came out in 1990.
Was it Wizardry?
I was like 7, so maybe it was 91.
Dude, it might have been Elder Scrolls.
Maybe. I don't know what it was, but it was.
I hear Daggerfall was just groundbreaking.
Age of Empires? No, what people are guessing here.
Age of Empires.
Baldur's Gate. Let's see, what else? What else are people guessing?
Was it isometric or first person?
Isometric. Yeah, definitely.
But it was pre-Diablo. Diablo was like 91.
It was not
92.
Diablo 1. I was playing video games when Diablo 1 came out. And I loved, oh my gosh, I love that game.
I wonder what it was.
I really want to know too. But that was my first time seeing my dad playing a video game too, and it was like,
yeah.
Whoa.
My dad's been playing Shotgun Farmers.
Shotgun
Yeah,
Farmers.
he's on Steam almost every day playing. It's pretty good.
What is that?
It's like
Shotgun Farmers.
It's like a PvP arena game where you pick up like fruit or like vegetables, and like you have like your watermelon cannon or your
that's
corn pistol.
Right on.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Corn pistol.
Yeah, he loves that game.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
It's fun playing with our dads.
I would love that. Well, my dad's not a gamer.
Oh, he's not gaming right now.
No,
We got to get him back into it.
No, I don't.
Sea of Thieves.
No, I don't think he'd ever
be
game
fun.
again. But well, that's all right.
What is his name?
My dad?
Yeah.
My dad's name's Frank.
Frank. What game was it, Frank?
Come on, Frank.
Tell me.
Come on, Pops. Tell me what game it was.